Okay, so we're going to do range of motion of ankle, dorsal, and plantar flexion. The key here, maybe can you scoot back a little bit so you're a little higher? You want their feet dangling off. You don't want to be sitting with the feet on the ground. You won't be able to test it. So sit on something high. I raised all the tables so you can do that. So as we line this up, you can use any goniometer. I actually found with the first group that the bigger goniometer worked a little bit better. So our axis in this case is going to be the lateral malleolus. So that's an easy one to palpate. You can feel and see that bony prominence right there. Feel that on yourself right now if you want, on the lateral aspect. That's our lineup. Our stationary arm is pretty simple, stays in line with the lateral fibula. And then our movable arm is a little bit tricky. What you want is, if you look at it, it's going to be hard to see on this video. Your movable arm should be parallel. It's going to be a few inches higher than the base of the foot, but it's technically parallel to the bottom of the shoe, or your book says parallel to the fifth metatarsal. So if you imagine you can x-ray that metatarsal bone, you're going to stay parallel to it, even if you're a couple inches higher. So you have to imagine kind of an imaginary gap, but you're staying parallel in line with that. The key here is starting in the right position. In our case, the starting position is 90 degrees. It is not 0. It is not letting the foot go on slack. It's 90 degrees. On your goniometer, you should see 90. And right above it, there might be a red mark that also says 0. 90, aka 0 degrees. That is our starting position. It's the neutral starting position. So let's get our lineup good. I might have to move Chad a little bit to get him into 90 to start. All right, we're at our perfect 90. Can you please dorsiflex? So bring those toes up. Everything stays the same except my movable arm is going to stay parallel to the base of his foot or the fifth metatarsal. You can relax. I'll look here, and now I see that my 0 has turned into 22. Or in other ways of saying it, my 90 has turned into 68. 90 minus 68, if I'm doing math right, is 22 degrees. So I'll walk around so you can understand this, but however you're looking at it, it should be the same number. Whether you subtract the number from 90, or you look at those red numbers on the outside and actually go 0, 10, 20, 22. It'll be the same range of motion. You could also look at the opposite side. If you start at that 90 and go 90 to, that would be 112, that number is still going to be the same. So as long as you get your measurements right, take it off their foot, look at it, do math if you need to. But the nice part about this big goniometer is that it's several sets of markings, and you'll always be able to figure out the right range. Let's do plantar flexion, same lineup, same axis, same arms, same start at 90 degrees. I'm going to move his leg to really get, or ankle to get into 90. Go ahead and plantar flex all the way down towards the ground. I'm going to keep everything on the right axis. I might have to adjust. I'm going to stay parallel to the base of his foot. You're going to get more plantar flexion. And so I got 32 degrees in this case. 0 to 32 along those red markings, or in other words, 90 to 122. If you do the math there. All right, we can stop.